Alright, YouTube, thank you for tuning in, and today I'll be talking about a new game by Iceberg Interactive, who was so kind to send me a Steam key for it, and the game is StarDrive. Now this game is all about intergalactic domination. StarDrive is aiming to give you that sense of unlimited power. So, let's find out how this game works. Now there's one game mode, and that's the sandbox. There's no story, no multiplayer. So you choose your species or create a new one from scratch. You start out with just one planet and a completely unexplored galaxy. Now the game runs in real time, so you need to keep things moving. So you send some ships out to find new, rich, inhabitable planets to colonize, build trade ships that will move colonists, food, and goods between them. Unfortunately, there's a somewhat confusing tree of technologies, which is understandable, given the futuristic setting of it all. But in some cases, the benefits of certain technologies are not immediately noticeable. Others do offer new upgrades for your spaceships, new buildings, or ways to build tanks and troops, although the selection of military units is, well, not very massive. But soon you'll meet other species that are basically doing the same thing. They want to conquer the world, not the world, but the galaxy, of course. Now, the interaction with these species is fairly basic. You can try to appease them, trade technologies, spy on them, declare war on them, and vice versa. Now, don't expect a whole lot of depth here, and the graphics look kind of basic, right? Now, you can't spam all kinds of warships. If you do, that will cripple your economy, and the game sort of unfairly punishes you quite harshly for that. And quite quickly, it's very hard to recover from a crippled economy, and you'll lose planets by the numbers, because of all kinds of revolts going on, making things even more harder. Well, in short, you just have to balance things, especially the economy. Now you can auto-manage all your planets, which is especially useful if you have a massive empire to rule, but the fun part is to keep matters in your own hands as much as possible. So you need to basically keep seeing the big picture and not lose yourself in the details. Well, some people will do that. The real fun part of the game, of course, is to create a balanced and unstoppable fleet of fighters and bombers to exterminate your opponents. In real-time fashion, you will engage in space battles that look pretty amazing. I noticed some strange design decisions also, like individual troops need to be airlifted off planets one at a time, and then they will turn into ships. But when you want to invade a planet, you can land them all at once. So that's sort of weird. And, well, the AI of the other species is adequate. They behave accordingly to their characteristics. On the other hand, on higher difficulty levels, enemies tend to spam new colonies all over the place. And that sort of feels unfair. The unique selling point of this game is that you can make your own ship designs. So you can outfit your ships with all kinds of weapon systems, power stations, armors, engines of your choosing. So that's sort of fun at first. The problem is that you need to fill each and every one of the empty spaces on the grid. Now, after messing around with this system, I found out it sort of distracted me from the actual game, and I settled for the pre-made ship designs instead. So I did experience some bugs and some desktop crashes, but probably they will be ironed out in the near future. The game offers a lot of replay value, since you can choose to play a tiny universe or a massive galaxy with lots and lots of planets that will keep you busy for hours and hours on end. There is a significant learning curve to this game if you're not familiar with the genre. Having video tutorials in-game is a great idea, but there are only a few of them.
In this video, we will focus on how to grow a newly colonized planet into a productive part of your empire.
And the rest are descriptions of the basic concepts of the game under the hood. And it's sort of not very clear all the time how they translate into gameplay. Beginners, I advise to start with a small universe with only a few opponents, just to get the grips with the game. Now, as it stands, I give this game a 7 out of 10. And if the creators maybe add more gameplay modes, maybe scenarios, and players will start making lots of mods, because it's a moddable game, which is cool, you know, the game will be a lot better. Well, hope you liked the video. Let me know what you think, leave comments, and see you next time.